Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Here is another of my stream of consciousness free associations on a word. It's an important word, and this word is play. My first reaction is it's secondary to work and productivity and making a difference, whether your sphere of influence or society. But it's not inconsequential. I mean, it's a bit Calvinist for me to say we should only work. I don't believe it necessarily is unhealthy to work a lot, but it's certainly arguable that play is an important part of living a life. It shouldn't always be about Mother Teresa's self-sacrifice. But I want to talk about play is supposed to yield greater pleasure than work. I wonder if there was a pleasure meter attached to our brains. Some people would get greater net pleasure over the course of their working time by working, say in discretionary hours 40 through 60. Others who weren't that good at their job or didn't like it or they were unfortunate or not skilled enough to get a better job would probably score poorly and would rather play more. So as usual, one size doesn't fit all. But let's say now we took that pleasure meter and we were monitoring it as we were doing various recreations. I understand that going to the gym and rock climbing and all the rest of it is healthy, but it's normally put into the category of recreation. And yet, maybe because of my own experience in doing some pretty vigorous exercise, but also watching people in a gym or who are running, I would guess that their pleasure meter score would be very low. In contrast, when I watch people, and this is going to sound crazy, but cleaning around the house or cooking, I think they'd score higher. It's going to depend on the person, of course. Same is true of reading. It's going to depend on what you're reading. I'm enjoying reading a series of Stephen King short stories, brand new. I think it's called We Like It Darker or something. And I love it. That would score very high in my pleasure meter. But there are other things. And I love reading Amor Towell's book, Table for Two. I'm reading that too. But certainly there are some books that I just, start and then put aside. I thought I was a good boy. I should read a book by a guy named Schumpeter, who's considered the greatest economist of the 20th century. He wrote a famous book about socialism and capitalism, both in juxtaposing. And I started it, and I know I should read it, but I'm putting it aside. So on the pleasure meter, wouldn't do well. Screen watching. Again, depends on what sometimes I watch something and I'm feeling like I should finish it. It's going to vary. Video games. I would guess that video games, anybody who's attracted to them, are actually it's going to score pretty damn high because you're interactive, you're not just passive, and those games are designed to be maximally moment by moment entertaining. Especially if you carefully curate the games, looking at reviews on GameSpot or on Amazon, and pick one in a genre you like. I'm not a violence kind of guy, so I wouldn't shoot 'em ups like Grand Theft Auto or Quake or any of those. But I also don't want too difficult puzzles. But a calm exploratory game where you're exploring a world, I would think the pleasure meter would score well if you're choosing something that is highly rated in the genre you want. And this is going to sound really weird, but I would think that people's pleasure meter would go really high if they're simply staring, vegging out, staring at nature, maybe listening to classical music while they're staring. I remember my favorite childhood memories were staring out the kitchen window, looking at snowflakes of light on the window, seeing if I could remember the names of the cars, the brands of the cars going by, or in the summer lying on the grass and looking up and seeing the clouds scud by. I would guess those very, very simple activities would score higher on the meter than, for example, the stuff that commercials try to get us to do. Expensive travel to resorts where everybody looks like they're having an orgasm on the beach. Or a fancy car, which is supposed to be pleasure. I think that pleasure is not enduring. Yeah, the first moments, pleasure meter scores high. But over the lifetime of the car, and especially when you're looking at your car payments, I don't think it's going to score very high. I'm sorry, I'm still hoarse. I'm fine. I feel fine. I just have this annoying cough. Anyway, I'm sure it'll go away soon. But in any event, those are my stream of consciousness free association thoughts on the word play. I thank you for enduring my hoarseness, and thank you for watching. Certainly welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel, and certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 34 books. Probably the one most relevant to this is How to Do Life, but all 34 are on Amazon. Just go there, search on my name, Marty Nemko, Nemko, and you will find more than you can stomach. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am the horse, Marty Nemko.